Hello, guys. What's going on? Happy Friday. How's everybody out in the vinyl community doing today? Hope you guys are all doing well. It's Friday night. Time for, weekend to start. Start doing some drinking, I guess. A little bit of drinking. This is from Black Horse Brewery in Clarksville. It's a Hefeweizen. I went there today to stop and get me a six-pack, and I was like, oh, they have a Hefeweizen. I've never had that before. I usually buy their vanilla ale or their IPAs or whatever. I did not know they made a Hefeweizen, so we'll see if it's any good. First taste, you guys get to see. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Black Horse Brewery Hefeweizen. Brewed right here in Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm going to definitely have to drink more of that, that's for sure. So, hope you guys are all doing well. It's the 1st of May. Well, technically today's the 2nd of May, right? Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is go over everything I found in April. I'm going to show you guys what I picked up in April and kind of discuss that a little bit. I've listened to a lot of these more than once. I'll let you know for sure. The first couple I have, I showed on a short, so those of you guys who saw that aren't going to be surprised by this, and I've also talked about this a little bit. I went to a thrift store right at the end of last month, so technically I bought that in, March, like right at the end of March, but I haven't shown it on a video here. So I went to a thrift store. They had one of those thrift stores where everybody has their own booths, and they had a little record selection, and I picked up 3 records there, and they were like $7 a piece, so not bad prices at all. First one, Tommy Bolin Teaser. I picked this up strictly on the recommendation of Steve from A is for Alice and B is for Bob. Well, you all know Steve. He is a huge fan of this album. So when I saw it there, I bought it strictly because of Steve and his love for this man. So, and then I came home and I've played it like 3 times or more. It is great. I love this record. I'm gonna have to go back and find some of his earlier stuff. I know he played in Deep Purple and things like that, if I remember correctly. Steve, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, this is really good. He's got a great voice, and he's a really, really good guitar player. So I was super impressed. I actually tried to order his second album, which name escapes me now. I ordered it a couple days ago, and then I got a message from the seller saying, hey, sorry, I sold that already. I had to take it down. So I'll have to keep looking for it. I think it's called Private Eyes. I think is what it was called. So, but yeah, Tommy Bolin Teaser. This is his debut solo album from 1975. Like I said, I got it for $7. And this is great. If you don't have this and you like, great guitar players, pick this album up. At the same time, I picked up The Firm. 1985. This is their debut album, or maybe, I don't know. I think they only have one more. If I remember correctly, this is Paul Rodgers but yeah, Jimmy Page and Paul Rodgers, and had the inner sleeve and everything in it. And this was only like $6 or $7. And it's okay. I didn't really care for this record. I've only played it one time. I'll have to give it some more time. Yeah, Jimmy Page, Paul Rodgers. There's the picture from the inner sleeve. It was in really good shape. It played really well. I don't know if I really cared for the style of music it was. It's definitely, with Rodgers and Page playing, I expected a little bit more. Of course, I only knew the one song that was popular. Let's see here. Radioactive. I remember Radioactive getting lots of airplay back in the day. But I bought it. $7 you can't go wrong. I'll have to listen to it a couple more times. I've only played it once. Wasn't overly impressed myself. And yeah. So, I'll give it another chance. We'll see where it goes from there. The other album I picked up that same day, Thomas Dolby's The Golden Age Wireless. This is from 1983. This is his debut album. It's pretty cool. It's got She Blinded Me with Science on there, which I also have on an EP. I saw this there that day, and like I said, they were $6 or $7 a piece. I think I got all three of them for like $22, something like that after taxes. This is okay. I've listened to it a couple times. Very electronic sounding, and I know a lot of that music from that era was electronic sounding, but this one is even more so. I get it that bands like, the Eurythmics and the Thompson Twins and stuff like that played lots of keyboards and electronic drums and stuff, but this is this is way more electronic sounding than that, but it's cool and I like it. And I like the fact that She Blinded Me with Science is like this 6 or 7 minute song on here, like an extended version that was not being played on the radio. So yeah, pretty cool though. For the price, I couldn't pass it up either. Then I picked up this Black Sabbath Dehumanizer. I bought at my record store. This is their 16th studio album from 1992. This is a 2024 repress on 2 LPs. I mentioned this record when I was talking about how this is basically the only Sabbath that I would want because I'm not really into the Tony Martin era, and the reviews in the VC were mixed. But Mark over at Twanger's Turntable, he highly recommended this album. So I went and bought it. And I have to say he was correct. This album is great. I mean, this has got Dio on vocals. This is a great record. This is, they got back together with Dio in 92 after there was, I want to say it was the Glenn Hughes and a couple of Tony Martin records after that era. And they got back together with Dio and they did this one off, and this is a great record. This is, it's excellent in my opinion. I just love the riffs and the work and the heaviness, and it's kind of dark. Very cool stuff. I like this one a lot. So, and well, I picked that up that day. I picked up the 6th studio album from Slayer, Divine Intervention. This originally came out in 1994. This is a 2023 repress. Let's see here. Just on black vinyl. See, just black vinyl. It's got the Deaf American logo. There's the inner sleeve that came with it. It's got lyrics on one side, picture of the band on the other. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's Slayer, so you get what you expect. And this is, mid-90s Slayer, so they've definitely settled on what they're playing, and this is a really good record. I'm trying to think if anything really stands out song-wise, but I've listened to this a couple of times, but yeah, this is really good. I was a Slayer fan, and I really liked their first 5 records, and that's pretty much all I had. Then I just started picking up some of the other stuff, finding these represses out in my record store, and I'm buying them as I go. And there'll be more in this stack as the day goes on. All right, then one day I'm watching on YouTube a live record sale by a company called Collect Co. And they buy record collections and they auction them off on live auctions every night on YouTube. So if you want to look up Collect Co., they're out of Lebanon, Tennessee, which was nice for me because after I ordered some stuff, they were here within a couple of days. They do auctions. Everything's live. You just go onto YouTube. They show a record. You can bid on it. They have some that are auctions they have to bid, and some are just buy nows, and you just type in the name. If you see it roll across, you just type it in and you buy it. So I picked up a few records there for not a whole lot of money. I got this 1982 Daryl Hall, John Oates, H2O. This is their 11th record overall. This is a really cool record. I really like this a lot. Let me see what's on here if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is the one with Maneater, One on One, Guessing Games, Art of Heartbreak, Open All Night, Family Man. But yeah, Maneater and One on One. It's got the cool H2O logo in it. This is a really good record. Like I said, 1982. I would have been 12 or 13 when this record came out. And I remember, when Maneater was all over the radio and everything else, and I always kind of dug this band a little bit anyway. So, before I really got into metal and I was listening to radio music, Daryl Hall and John Oates were all over the radio. And this is a pretty good record. I really like this one a lot. The other one I picked up that I had shipped that day, Olivia Newton-John, Totally Hot. This is from 1978, and this is her 10th studio record, and this is the one she released right after she did Grease. Please Don't Keep Me Waiting, Dancing Round and Round, Talk to Me, Deeper Than the Night, Borrowed Time, A Little More Love, Never Enough, Totally Hot, Boats Against the Current, and Give Me Some Lovin'. There's Olivia right there on the back cover, and it came with this hard inner sleeve, hard cardboard inner sleeve. Look at her eyes. Honestly, it's cool. It's Olivia Newton-John. It's sort of a soft rock type of sound, just what you would expect. But I did like it a lot, and I will probably pick up more from her. I know my record store has a bunch of it there. Some of her earlier stuff for $4 a piece. I may have to go down and pick them up. I actually looked at some today when I was down there, but I did not buy any because I was buying other stuff. But yeah, this is really good. I really like this a lot. And like I said, this is right after the movie Grease. And I kind of, as a kid and the movie Grease, this was, 1978. I would only been 9 years old, not really into girls or anything yet. But even back then, I kind of knew, hell, she's Sandy, So, in that same order from Colectco, I picked up Bob Seger's Silver Bullet Band, 9 Tonight, which is their 5th record overall and their 2nd live album. And this is a really good live album. It's got great songs on it. I mean, Bob Seger, and this is, the Silver Bullet Band 5th album. Seger did solo stuff before the Silver Bullet Band, which I was not aware of at the time, but this has got all the hits from that early stuff on here. It sounds great. It's produced well. It's recorded well. 9 Tonight by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Then I went back to the record store the following week and I bought more Slayer, God Hates Us All, which is, this album is great. This is a great Slayer record, just cool, heavy. It's Slayer. It is what you would expect. It is also on black vinyl. This was their 9th album overall from 2001, and this is a 2013 repress. This has got Bloodline on it. So, and Darkness of Christ with Disciple, which is the lyric of God Hates Us All. There's the inner sleeve. It's got the Slayer written in blood on the Bible and stuff, Slayer being Slayer. If you like Slayer, honestly, like I was saying with the earlier one, I was only really into their first 5 albums there when I was younger, and I kind of fell off on Slayer, and then more recently I've been picking stuff up, and it's great. They sound like Slayer. They are what you would expect them to be, and if you like it, I would recommend all of these records, including this one right here, World Painted Blood. This is the 11th Slayer studio album, and this is also a 2013 repress. This came out in 2009. This has got World Painted Blood, Public Dismemberment, different things like that on here. Let's see what the inner sleeve looks like, or the insert looks like on there. It's got lyrics on the one side, got the red Slayer on the other. Label's a little bit different. It's still the Death type label, but they've changed the color for the World Painted Blood. This is another great record right here. So you can see I've kind of been into Slayer this last month. And then another one I got from the Colectco one day I'm watching, and they had this Ace Frehley Now Playing, which is Now Playing is now what they call the Rhino budget line of records. This is Ace Frehley's solo stuff. Basically, it's from Frehley's Comet. It's a little bit of a misnomer calling it Ace Frehley Now Playing. It has songs off the first 3 Ace Frehley solo albums off of Frehley's Comet and Second Sighting and Trouble Walking. And it has Rock Soldiers, Breakout, Into the Night. There's your track listing right there. So Rock Soldiers, Breakout, Into the Night off of Frehley's Comet, and then Calling to You is also off of that, and then Insane, Dancing with Danger, It's Over Now, Shot Full of Rock, Hide Your Heart, Trouble Walking. Great, like 3 or 4 songs from each of his first 3 solo records. Great stuff, but calling this Ace Frehley now playing when you've got songs with Todd singing from Frehley's Comet on here, it's Frehley's Comet also. So Ace isn't singing every song because Ace does not sing on Breakout and Calling to You and Dancing with Danger. That's Todd Hallworth, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this is good. And it was $19, and I'm a Kiss fan, and it's just a nice little compilation of the early Ace Frehley solo stuff. And then I ordered some stuff off of Discogs towards the end of the month, and because I liked Nine to Night so much, I bought Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band with Night Moves, and this is the debut of Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band from 1976, and this is a great killer record. Yeah, Main Street's on here, and oh shit, sorry about that. Night Moves, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Fire Down Below. It came with the inner sleeve. It's got a picture of Bob there, lyrics. There's the back cover of him and the band. It's a really good record. It honestly is. So I'll be picking up some more Bob Seger. And then finally, from 1983, debut album from Men Without Hats. It is called Rhythm of Youth. This is the album with Safety Dance on there, which is the only hit on this record and probably the only hit they ever had. This is debuted in 82. This is a copy of 83, which is the United States debut. The album came out in UK and all the rest of the world, according to Discogs, in 1982, but it was released in the US in 1983. This is a US pressing, 1983. And I got this on Discogs along with Night Moves. It was $22 altogether, like $10 a pop. So, I was ordering the Bob Seger and looked at also what the seller had, because if I'm going to get one record from a seller and I can get another one without having to pay any more for shipping, I'm going to buy 2 records or 3 or whatever. So I bought the Men Without Hats, and it's cool. I like it. It's that early 80s, even though these guys are Canadian, is sort of that British invasion new wave type of stuff, but it's a good record, and Safety Dance is kind of what I expected it to sound like, but that's not really what this record sounds like. It's a lot better than just that stuff, It does have that sound. It has that early 80s, what we call new wave sound back in the day, or the pop new wave, British invasion, whatever you wanted to call that sound, of like the Thompson Twins and the Eurythmics and bands like that. These guys kind of sounded in that same vein, but it was really good. Just really cool stuff. Good musicians, good songs, good songwriting. This is a pretty good record, and for $7 or $8, can't go wrong with that, right? So that's what I picked up for the month of April. So 2 more, I don't know, 14 or 15 of them. Not bad. Appreciate you guys all watching. I appreciate my last video, I did the little horse thread thing, and that's been going across the VC this last week. I've been getting lots of comments on that, and new followers and everything else. I really appreciate all you guys jumping on that and helping out and spreading the word and everything else. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'm going to listen to some new music and drink some more Hefeweizen. Not too many, though. I mean, I am an adult. I can't just get totally hammered all the time. Or maybe I can. Maybe I'll be hammered in a couple hours and I'll come back on. Who knows? All right, guys. Thanks for watching once again. And I will talk to you all later, man. Have a good one.